This is the new Apple MacBook Pro with the M2 chip. With a 13-inch screen, it's the smallest, most powerful computer from Apple right now. You can choose this MacBook in various configurations. And in this series, I'm going to show you everything about this computer, from unboxing, specifications, connectivity, demos, and upgrading repair capabilities, to know everything about this computer. But first, subscribe to the channel because I post new videos every week. The positive aspects of this computer: it has an M2 processor, Apple's latest and most powerful. Very important, it has a Touch ID on the power button that reads the fingerprint, and so I don't need to put a password or identify myself to log in. I simply touch with my finger. The webcam also has facial recognition. I can open the computer and it recognizes me. Something I still use is the 3.5mm audio connection for plugging headphones, because I use wired headphones. Still useful to me. On this side of the computer, the USB connections are compatible with USB 4, Thunderbolt 4 and charging. Another very important thing is the battery time. It has a battery time of 21 hours or 17 hours when using Wi-Fi. The negative aspects: there are two aspects related to connectivity. First, not having an SD or micro SD card reader. As I work with memory cards for other devices, I need to connect the cards on the computer to read or copy data to the cards. But it also doesn't have an HDMI connection, so I can connect an external monitor. Sometimes I want to connect a second monitor on the table or connect a larger monitor. It doesn't have a specific HDMI connection for that, so I need to use a USB-C adapter. But it is understandable that this computer, so thin, no longer has other connections. For example, an HDMI connection, as it is a little big and does not fit because this computer is too thin. I understand it's missing. But they still could have put a small slot for a micro SD card reader, which I think would have space to put it, because it doesn't take much space. It's less than 1mm. One small possible issue with the USB-C connectivity that I noticed during the demo is how close the connections are to each other. When I try to connect two USB-C devices, it may not be able to connect to both ports at the same time. I have this storage device here, which is a little bit wider than the regular connector, so if I plug this cable for charging, and now I tried plugging in this flash drive, you can see that I cannot fully connect it. It hits the other connector, so two flash drives will not do for sure. One charging cable and one flash drive, perhaps. It will depend on the thickness of the flash drive. But two normal USB-C cables, you should have no problem connecting. You should pay attention to the devices you'll need to connect to the USB-C connections, because not all USB-C cables are the same. This flash drive is wider, and due to the distance between the USB-C connections, you may not be able to connect a second device, depending on the size of the first one that is already connected. In the coming weeks, I'm going to be using this computer, and eventually I'm going to make more videos to show the potential and the power of this computer. And eventually I could find negative aspects about the computer, and I will later make specific videos about those situations, because now I need to use it to see if I like it, if I don't like it, or if this could be my new favorite computer of all time. This was another video about the 13-inch M2 MacBook Pro, but there will be more videos about this computer, from unboxing, specifications, connectivity and demos, to know everything about this computer, and you can decide if this is the best computer for you. But I have on the channel other MacBooks M1 and M2 with different specifications if you want to compare other models. Now, subscribe to the channel because I post new videos every week, like the video, and if you have any questions, write in the comments.